Welcome back to the Nafisa Dango Show. That was a very interesting conversation with Shaista Token Ismail, talking to us about, of course, grounding ourselves and looking at the essences of life. I think it's a very important message. We're going to go to something different, the Young Business Achievers Award with Roshgold for 2020. It's now 2021. And they're going to be inviting, of course, young entrepreneurs, calling young businessmen and women to enter this prestigious challenge. And with me on the line, talking to me about the intake program that's going to be, I think the main aim of it is to actually empower young entrepreneurs, which I think is phenomenal because that's what the whole idea is about. The youth are the future of our country. So on the line, we have Waseem Sirkhot, who's going to give us more insight into it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Nafisa.
How are you doing this afternoon?
Alhamdulillah, shukr, all well. Your side, I hope everyone's well and keeping safe.
Alhamdulillah, we are all doing well here at the Salam Media team, of course, trying to create better spaces for everybody, enticing them by discussing the pertinent things that people need to do during this particular period. And I don't know if you watched our first segment with Oxira. What an amazing product, helping with those with respiratory. It's another way to get oxygen to, of course, COVID-19 patients. So that was really interesting.
I actually didn't see that, but I think a lot of people are doing a lot of work in many different fields at the moment, trying to assist everybody with the current situation.
Yeah, and I think this is where it's pertinent, where Roshgold's 2021 intake program is coming in. Talk to us about it, because the thing is, I think it's pertinent to get youth involved in with types of things like this, because I think what's happened a lot of the times is you find they're actually hidden away, and people don't know about the amazing concepts that they have unless they come to the fore with things like this that are happening.
Yeah, so let me just come in here. So from a Roshgold perspective, I was one of the recipients I won an award for the 2019 Roshgold for the most scalable business. And the main thing about it and why I also ended the competition at the time. So I'm going to speak about it, not so much from a Roshgold perspective, because I don't represent them. I'm obviously just one of the winners and I'm assisting them where possible in the current year's one. Is that the whole idea behind why I entered and the reason why we did it is it gave me so much perspective on business. And as young entrepreneurs, we sometimes need, well, not sometimes, we always need a lot of guidance in what we're doing. And I looked at the YBAA and I said, okay, let me enter this competition and see what I get out of it. It wasn't just about winning, but also the different opportunities that it presented to me and I think to all the other participants. And if I look at the entry forms and what it's done for me and my business, is that it actually made me relook at my business in a corporate way, and also it asked a lot of questions which we generally don't ask ourselves.
That's so true. I think many a time, and it's nice to see young people like yourself move forward in many directions through things like this, support structures. Because what happens is many a time as young people, we think we're following the right direction in our business. But when somebody else looks at it with different eyes, they can possibly give us ideas that could do better than where we have been before. So we can move a whole lot more forward than where we were at initially.
Yeah, so obviously someone comes in with a different perspective, and like you said, they see it with a different eye. And that is very, very important. And what it's done is that apart from looking at something from a different eye, I could walk into someone's business and I would tell them, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? And someone could walk in my business and tell me exactly the same thing. Because what usually happens is when you're looking at a business or whatever, you're walking into the same place every day doing the similar thing, but your eye does not catch what someone else's eye catches. And I might have a passion for something. Let's say I might have a passion for marketing, but you might have the eye to tell me what products would work in the business based on what you see around you. So it also makes a very big difference in from that perspective. But I'm saying now, apart from it just getting a different view from Roshgold and the responses they might give you and the support structures they have, and then more importantly, also very big important is the network that you built, when you're filling in the application form, you actually realize it. You actually sit down and think, I've never asked myself those questions myself. And
Mm.
if you really do the application properly, you would sit down and think to yourself and say, you know what? I've never looked at it that way. So if you take your time and say, okay, this is what I need to do, and like a simple question, how will you describe your passion for the business is one of the questions, and it asks you to support it with examples. Someone just goes, they open up a store, but what is their real passion? What is the reason for them wanting to get into their business? Uh,
Mm.
is business just there so you buy a product and you sell it, a product or service, and you make profit? Or is there contentment in what you're doing? Is there happiness in what you're doing? So are you just doing it because you're there to make money? Or what is the reason why you're doing it? So describe your passion in a business, for example, is something that really makes you think that what am I passionate about? Am I just doing this business because I'm in retail or I'm in wholesale or I'm in manufacturing or am I offering a service or am I doing this because I'm passionate about doing it and making a difference in someone else's life?
That is so true. And I mean, especially in your environment, it's about building relationships as well, because you start building those long-term relationships with your clients, and they start building that trust in you and in the brand as well. And that's what actually helps you move forward, because once people start trusting your brand and relating to your brand and understanding the caliber of the brand that you're bringing forward, is when they start appreciating you and start supporting you in many directions.
100%. So brand equity, that's what you're talking about. And you build trust in the brand, and that's what it's about. So in business, you're going to look at a business, you're going to say, you're going to walk in the business the first time or look at them or do some research. But that's why all of these things are so good. So if you enter the YBAA, it gives your brand credibility to say, you know what, these people at YBAA, the Roshgold Group, etc., have seen something in the business. And if someone sees that you're now building trust, you're building rapport with your clientele, and that's what the business is about. It's about building a strong brand. So a lot of times businesses will tell you they are valued at whatever the figure is. But how much of that is real brand value? Because your brand value is also important apart from the product you're selling. I mean, I'm part of Iceberg, but what is Iceberg's brand value? What is the brand equity? What have we done to prove that we are good business people, we are trustable business people, our product mix is right, all of those kind of things. So it all still comes down to brand, your marketing strategies, all of that. And this is what the YBAA is asking you. And when you're entering the competition, they are asking you, okay, so what is your viewpoint on brand? What marketing have you done? What is your social media presence? And all of these type of questions, again, makes you think, what is my website? What is the credible? What is my reviews on Google Maps? All of those kind of things. And those things make a very, very big difference to the brand value of your business if we're talking brand now.
What has this done for Iceberg from where you were at, and of course, post Rush Gold? I mean, taking that award meant a lot, because I think they recognize the potential and, of course, the type of caliber of work and the environment that you had created there.
So if I have to give you a simple example, and I'm going to use you, Nafisa, as an example. I don't know if I should say this, but anyway, the last time we had a conversation, and you've obviously saw the brand build and winning an award for saying most scalable brand. In the back of your mind, you said, let me give Waseem a call. Maybe I'm interested in opening up a branch, you know? And we've had this discussion.
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting.
Yes, exactly. But that's exactly it. So being a business that's scalable, people are looking for opportunities all the time. And people don't know what business to go in, what size to build their business. But when you win an award to say the business is scalable, firstly, it gave us as a brand, obviously, equity, knowing the value of Roshgold and the investments that they've done. But also, at the same time, what has it done to the people out there or to the consumer or to someone that saw the award I won? People have come to visit our store. We've built customer bases from there. We've networked with many people. So you grow your business from there. We intending opening up a few more branches because we have the confidence that business people and the 7 or 10 judges that were there have told us that, look, you've won an award for a business that is more scalable. So it gives you the confidence to say you want to grow your brand and you want to grow your business more, because the business people around you that have experience for the last 30, 40, 50 years are coming back to you and saying, you know what, you have the big potential to grow your brand and your business. And a lot of what happened with Roshgold as well is, if you take Uncle Harun and Shakira and Uncle Suji and all of them, I mean, we've had so many networking sessions with them during lockdown, when the first lockdown happened, and we had a lot of Zoom meetings. But the work and the stuff that came out from there with fellow participants in the competition, we learned so much from so many people that you never thought about in your business. They give you advice. Someone, chili chefs or hot chefs from Cape Town, they
Yes,
started a
chocolate
YouTube
chili
channel.
chefs.
Utiala STEM started a YouTube channel as well. So you grow so much and you learn from them so many different things. And again, coming back to the networking, you meet all of these people and you're growing your brand, you're growing your business, but you're networking, you're meeting people, and those people actually become your customers.
That's very true. What has this meant for you? I mean, taking this Business Achiever Award when you did from the scalable level, I'm sure it meant a lot for you, because knowing that, there was something that you were doing right. But I'm walking into your store, and I have a couple of times. It's an experience on its own. And I think that's what it's about. It's about creating that experience for the client so that they keep coming back for more.
Yes. So what is meant for me, like again I said, it's given me the confidence to want to grow my business, to want to grow my brand. And again, you're coming back to the point of the shopping experience. So a lot of work went into building a shopping experience. And now you have mentors and people that can advise you to say, look, why are you packing this product here? Pack it there, because when the customer comes in, this is the mindset of a customer. So the whole shopping experience is what it's about. So at the moment, shopping experience is more important than the product that you sell.
That is so true.
And exactly that. So the product you sell is one, and you have to have a good quality product. I'm not saying no, but the experience that the customer is having from the time they enter the store to the time they leave, from customer service to ease of moving around the shop to your product mix, all of those kind of things attribute to your shopping experience. And
Most
with
definitely.
social
And I think,
media and all of those things, you also want to be part of something where people have FOMO, but it's your shopping experience of what you're posting is what's bringing other customers to the shop. So the shopping experience is so important that everyone else around you is going to want to be where you were, or exactly that. So it's about the
yeah,
FOMO and
and
all of
I
that as
think
well.
it's about your uniqueness. It's about your uniqueness, and I, there's one thing that I think is the most important thing is service, and this is a problem with a lot of businesses as such. I don't think they understand the concept of service. But when you walk into Iceberg, and I have, as I said, the experience that I had was just phenomenal, because from the door till when you walk out the store, there's always somebody having to look after you to say, is there anything else that I can do going further? So I think you've already gotten that concept right, and it has shown with the award that you received. So we, of course, trying to encourage other young people to get involved with this, to be able to build their brands, build their businesses, and of course, get them to move into better spaces than when they have been at. And especially now during COVID-19, many of businesses have been affected, and it's having to find those ways to actually get around it and better yourself in the environment that we're in.
Yeah. So customer service is one of the most key things. And when you're running a business, that's exactly it. The word of mouth is your biggest salesperson. So when it comes to customer service, you have to have the best customer service. And the other big thing is communicating with your customer base. There's so many examples where, I mean, I spoke to someone the other day. I'm just going to give an example, and he was buying a product locally, and he said the problem was that the supplier closed at the end of the year. He didn't give him the product that he needed. And what he then did, he said, you know what, I cannot work with local business people because they just closed their business. They didn't care about my needs, and they move forward. He is now importing the product from Dubai.
Right.
So South Africa has lost the revenue. The customer has lost. I mean, the business has lost a customer because he couldn't give him the product on time or not communicate the product properly. That he says, you know what, the problem with businesses today and young businesses as well is that they think it's just a walk in the park, and
True.
you have to continue working at it. One of
Most
the judges
definitely.
actually mentioned the other day, we were in another business group together, and he said to us, so someone put something about having a degree versus being an entrepreneur, and there was a whole debate around all of that. But one of the Roshgold judges answered, and he says, you know what? You think it's easy to get a degree, it takes 3 to 4 years, but building a business takes many more years and a lot longer than just getting a degree and thinking you're going to get a job. So building that business takes many more years versus just getting a degree and thinking that's what it's going to take. But
That's so true.
bottom line is customer service is key. If you don't have the right customer service, you're not going to get that customer coming back. Yes, you're going to walk in once, you're going to walk in twice, but after that, you're not walking back in.
I so agree with you there. What words would you like to leave us with this afternoon? We seem to be running out of time.
Sorry, I lost you there.
I say, what words would you like to leave us with this afternoon? We seem to be running out of time.
Look, I would encourage anyone between the ages of 18 and 37 to enter the YBAA Young Achievers Awards. It will open your mind. It will make you re-look at your business. You would find things in your own business that you haven't seen before. The support structure you will have around you, the network, and there's a lot of prizes to be won as well. You know, there's websites that they would pull for you. There's huge catch prizes. There's technology. There's mentoring and coaching. There's so much more. And the sponsor, they've got Al Baraka Bank as a sponsor, Roshgold as a sponsor, Oka Foundation of South Africa, that's a sponsor. And it just opens your mind, your network, you learn. There's so much to it of what you can gain. And the thing is that you can gain more than what you can lose. And the entry is free. So just go out there and do it and learn from it.
Right,
and
most
do
definitely.
it for the experience.
True. And of course for the growth. Let's not forget that. It's going out there and doing it for the growth as well, so your business can grow. But thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
It's going to be phenomenal because they got it on their websites, their social media pages as well. And you can collaborate with them, and that's what it's about, collaboration. No one should believe that their business is theirs and they can run it on their own and they don't need the support of other people, because any exposure you can get in any marketing, from any marketing perspective, will bring you feet. Any form of publicity, if you get one customer from there, it's a customer you got with just re-looking at how you run your own business.
That's so true. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. And we're hoping that all those young people go out there and get involved with this phenomenal project. Jazakallah so much. Assalamu alaikum. And we wish you we wish your brand nothing but the best, and looking forward to seeing those milestones that you'll be creating. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. That was Waseem Sirkhot talking to us about the Roshgold Young Business Achiever Awards. For all of you young people out there, he's definitely encouraging you to get involved. We're going to go for a quick break. We'll be back with you in a bit.